Oh, empaths. Yes, this is a good one. A lot of people are empaths. Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now, the old ways, the old paradigm, all the different ways of using different paraphernalia to try to block stuff. None of that works, people, clearly. Okay, so what I have found that actually does help is for people that are empaths. How what's happening is you're pulling the energy into your body. Okay, some of you know you're doing it intentionally. Some of you don't know you're doing it, but what happens is when people are empathic, they a lot of times what's happening too is because of the traumas they've got, they're pulling energy in because they want to know what's happening. They want to be able to, feel safe. So they pull it in so that they get a sense of what's actually going on. What are people feeling? What's the energy? Is it safe? Is it unsafe? Is it going to hurt you? Okay, that happens to a lot of empaths, and no matter what, if you want to keep the energies from coming in, you're still going to feel things, okay? Because we all feel things. But there will be a difference between pulling the energy into your body as opposed to it's coming to you and you're meeting it rather than letting it come in. So you're going to take your awareness, walk it through right now, take your awareness. If you need to, come down through, through the different chakras, but you're going to go down to that second chakra. You're going to have your awareness in that second chakra as though your eyes are literally looking out through that second chakra. Okay, so when you're in environments or around people, there's things happening, and you want to make sure you're not pulling energy in and getting whacked and feeling everybody else's energy. Take your awareness down to that second chakra. It's like you're like a gatekeeper. Okay, so when your awareness is right there, you're not going to let energies come in. Okay, they're not going to get pulled in. It's a simple thing, and it really does work. You take your awareness, eyes look into that second chakra, and then energies will come to you. You're going to get all the info, all the same stuff, but it's not going to enter into your body. You're not going to get whacked with it. Okay, so play with that, practice with that. Okay, it doesn't take it. Once you know how to do it, boom, you're right there. Okay, you can be a room full of people. Your awareness is right here. You're no longer pulling people in. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay. Truth about free will. People aren't going to like the truth about free will, okay? Because people want to believe they've got free will. But here's the thing: everyone is a divine being. Everyone is creator incarnate. Everyone has things that are going to happen that you've agreed to experience, okay? So there's a divine plan unfolding, and we're all a part of it, okay? Now you can fight it all you want, but basically what's going to be is going to be, okay? So now that feeling, yep, I have free will, yep, I get to choose this, I get to do this, I want this, I don't want this, okay? But where's that feeling coming from? Where's that desire coming from? Okay, if you're creator incarnate in the very depths of your being, in the core of who you are, ultimately you are only that. Okay, so who's literally free will? Whose will is it? Okay, it's creation's will. We're all a part of it. So we think we have free will. We want to believe we have free will. People will fight and argue and try to prove we have free will. And for me, it's like track everything. This is what I do. I track everything. Okay, track it, find out, go direct. Okay, there's something much greater than any human that's in guiding everything, directing everything. You have all these different aspects of you. You got higher levels. You got oversoul levels, God self levels, superconscious levels. This is all you, and you at all these levels are orchestrating your entire friggin' life, okay? And is that plugged into God creator consciousness? Yes, okay? So, free will, go ahead, yeah, you got free will. Go ahead and believe it. But no matter what you do, the word has already been spoken, okay? Have fun with it. Give up, surrender, relax. There's a divine plan unfolding. There's nothing to do but take the ride. feeling out of control, what's happening? How can you help someone who has a mental sexual addiction and no sex life with partner would be out of control? What is happening? How can you? Okay. Implants. Implants. Okay. Are they good implants? Well, some implanters think so. Okay, so implants are usually implanted. Think about it. Government. Does the government have your back? Military. Does the military have your back? Aliens. Aliens have your back. How about 1%ers? They have your back? I'm not thinking. Okay, so implants, we don't want implants in our body. They are not good. They are designed to affect you in ways and block you and stop you and affect your thinking, affect your emotions, affect your beliefs, affect your sexuality, all kinds of stuff. So no, we do not want implants in our body. Okay, Byron. How can we find out what blood pressure comes from Discarnates, dark forces, enemies, all kinds of things. When we feel certain things in our bodies, when we feel pressures, when we feel energy moving around, I guarantee you those are Discarnates. Okay, so pressures in the body just depends on where it's at, and oftentimes there can be everyone's got Discarnates. Okay, everyone. I don't care who you are, you've got Discarnates. All right. So Discarnates are attached to your emotional wounding. They interfere with you, and pressures can be from Discarnates. Pressure can be from external forces. Pressure can be from dark forces. I mean, it could be anything. Okay, so the key is someone has to look at it and see what it is, where it's coming from, what's causing it. Okay, so remember, people, you all have agreements as well. So if you got a bunch of Discarnates, you might want to think about, releasing your agreements and contracts that you've made unconsciously to allow beings to come into you. Some people actually have taken oaths and vows and promises that they'll save people, that they can come into their body, that they'll save and protect them. That happens all the time. Okay, so people want to hide out, so you've given them a safe haven. So think about what you think about. Sorry. What are you feeling? What are you thinking when you think about other people? Okay, or is there a part of you that feels sorry for people, that wants to help and assist people? Is there a part of you that will sacrifice yourself for others? Okay, ask yourself these kinds of questions, and if there's a yes in there, I guarantee you've got people in there that that you're trying to help and save. You don't even know them. Okay, carry over from past lives, this lifetime. So ask yourself questions. If you suspect there's anything, if you suspect there's dark forces, if you suspect there's Discarnates in you, look at what's your issues, and then how do you feel? So many people want to try to save others, protect others, and when you have that, you're going to bring in a lot of Discarnates. Okay, and you've got carryover from past lives as well. Okay, control feeling if the emotions are out of control, I feel Okay. What if the emotions are out of control due to the feeling of not being enough? Lack and limitation, rejection, fear, betrayal. Okay. I don't care what the emotion is, people. Start with an emotion that you can feel, whatever that is, whether it's, not feeling enough. There's a sadness, okay? feeling rejected. There's a sadness. There's this frequency of sadness. They all have a little bit of a different twist to them, but they're all still sadness. Fear, betrayal, all of those cause emotions, okay? People, to clear your emotions and heal that stuff, which you can do, you have to know how to do your inner emotional work. What that looks like is you have a reaction. You get activated. You're feeling an emotion. Rather than blaming somebody, pointing the finger, you're activated. I'm feeling something. Surrender to it. Come into it. Die to it. Become it. Okay, this is how we come in and do our emotional work. This is how we access the subconscious, and this is how we unravel deep emotional wounding. Okay, I have a book called Way Back Home, describes step by step with many, 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 many examples, true, actual people that talks about, and I will show you how to do that inner work. But the key is you have to be able to surrender to your emotions. Okay, that's the basic way to unravel. Is it possible that a dense group consciousness such as denial held by ancestors take on a life of its own, veiled truth, and mind can break from its hold? Dense group consciousness, denial. Okay, got it. Taking on life. Yeah, so what happens is you have these belief systems in your ancestral lineage. Everyone's got them. Some kind of beliefs happening, beliefs and whatever they concluded, whatever. And then what happens is they hold on to that belief, that energy, and they pass it down. Other people of the family start to believe, so they maintain a frequency of this belief system. Okay, in order to unravel and clear a belief system, remember, people, you've made agreements to have these soul experiences. Okay, first thing you got to do is release agreements and contracts. Okay, so white flame, dissolve them. Anything you got with your ancestors, anybody that you're feeling, believing that you've got, energies with that are affecting you, you can put that white flame, put all your ancestors, you don't have to know them, you can command it. All my family from the past, ancestral lineage past, okay? I'm no longer willing to do this dance. I'm no longer willing to take on and believe what my ancestors brought forth. Like, look at the Native Americans. I've got, my grandmother was Native American, and the crap that they carried forth, the belief systems, it's crazy, okay? But it can be shattered, dissolved, and cleared. Okay, there's a lot you can do on your own, but if you're not skilled or you don't have, don't know how to do stuff, it's better to get someone who knows what they're doing. Okay? How do we let the implants get anchored in our energy and how to stop this? Most of the time you won't know that you're being implanted. And you're probably severely implanted right now and have no clue. Okay, but if you decide or realize that, I can feel there's an implant in me, you're going to need to get a sense of where's it coming from. Is it alien? Is it 1%ers? Is it government, military? Okay, so what I do now, I used to work with the actual organizations, the people that are commanding and controlling stuff, try get them to delete a file. But I found that it's easier just to make a perfect hologram and then attach the implants that hologram, then move it out of the body and put it up higher and far away from you. That way there's no alerting them that an implant's been removed or changed or something's happened. Okay, so implants, most people won't even know you have them. Sometimes it takes somebody else's sight to be able to see it. But if you suspect it, you might want to just, wherever you're feeling that, and again, do what I just described. Release your agreements to have it, for one thing, but then also, you don't want them to reimplant you, which they will. Military, government, 1%ers will reimplant if they see or alerted that your implant's been destroyed in some way. Okay, so you can do it. You can do it. All right. What is the ego? False self. The ego is the false self. It gets created. We start creating an ego sometimes as early as the womb. Okay, you have a situation where the mother is traumatized or something's going on for the mother, and maybe she has fear around having a baby, or maybe she doesn't want the baby, or maybe she's being told whatever she's whatever, and so the baby's feeling all of this. What happens is, because we all want love, so in order to survive, you have to have love. Okay, so whenever we feel unloved, like for example, if we're feeling the mother's energy, she's not connecting, she's not bonding, or she's worried or stressed, we're taking that on, we're feeling that, and then we're going to be trying to become something other than what we are in order to be loved. And then after we're born, we learn all kinds of stuff. Don't touch that, don't put that in your mouth, bad kid, whatever. You start learning, that love's gonna go away. So some kids get more belligerent, ornery, mean, and just kind of get big energy. Other people's contract and get small. But no matter what, none of us the true self. And it just keeps going from there. It's like you start learning more and more as you're developing that, in order to get love, you got to be this or that. Think about your own self. How many times are you with people, and rather than telling them your truth, maybe you're talking to somebody, and you're going to hide aspects of you. Okay, that's how we create that ego's creating, and it becomes other than we are, because we're hiding who we are. It's not safe to be who we are, so that all gets created. The false self, the ego. It's not who we are. And in my world, in my life, I've been dissolving the ego, because I don't want no ego, because it's not the truth. So, I've spent many years dissolving ego. Doesn't serve us. Difference between bad luck and a curse. Well, they can feel the same. Okay, curses are castings that are coming from somebody else, and bad luck is coming from your own subconscious beliefs. Okay, so again, I can feel the same. Like bad luck can feel like, wow, why does this always happen to me? Things are happening. And then the cursing, but there can be a slight different sensation with a curse. Sometimes you can feel a curse and you can know it, because think about this: a curse comes from outside, okay, and it comes into your body, whereas the belief systems come from your subconscious. Okay, so they'll come from within. So there's a slightly different sensation when you're dealing with when you're looking at yourself, feeling it for yourself, and curses happening, okay, because it can interfere. There's thousands of millions of curses, okay? It just depends on what it is, who cast it, okay? And again, the whole bad luck thing, that's going to come from your subconscious. It's going to come from your beliefs. It's going to come from a belief that there's something wrong with you. You're not enough. You're born bad. You're not loved. You're not wanted. You don't belong, okay? All those things, you will literally create bad luck, okay? So people, you need to understand your subconscious. You're creating your reality 100% through your subconscious. So even if you've got curses, those curses are coming from the past, or sometimes this lifetime. But still, it's like on some level you've made an agreement to experience that. It's about the soul evolving. We're all evolving. We're going to know ourselves in every way. If everything is creation, which it is. There's nothing but that. I don't care if it's a demon, it's still creation, okay? So we're knowing ourselves in everything. That's how creation is constantly evolving with its own self, okay? It's experiencing constantly. It doesn't have an attachment to suffering. It doesn't have an attachment to good or bad. There's no such thing. It doesn't have that, okay? It's in that physical form that we're going to have all this emotional stuff. But basically, bad luck is coming from within. Or that could be a curse causing you bad luck. But just kind of feel in, like if you have these feelings and thoughts, if you just look at your own self, feel within your own self, what's it feel like when you have, what you want? When, are you damaged, severely damaged, in wounded, heartache, heartbroken, shattered? where you're disempowered and, those kinds of things, that's going to be coming from within. So it's hard to know exactly, where it's coming from, but either way, you might want to get it cleaned up. Okay, again, everything's about belief systems. You got beliefs, okay, so so even for you, like that hair loss stuff, yeah, there's some stuff that can be hereditary, but again, you've agreed to have this body, you've agreed to have these experiences, you've agreed to know yourself in these ways. Now, there can also be other things happening coming from past lives, where you have belief systems of deserving to be punished, deserving to know yourself in certain ways, okay? So oftentimes by cleaning up these belief systems and the wounding, things start to shift and change, okay? Now, if it's a hereditary thing coming through the bloodline, that's not coming from like something that's a belief system. That's something that's come through that people want to know themselves in these ways. Okay, how's it affecting you? What's it causing? Calm emotions. Again, you're going to want to come in and feel these emotions, because again, doing your own inner work can actually start to help the body to heal or to start to shift and change in ways it couldn't, because you're still holding some kind of belief system in your subconscious. It might have to do with deserving, punishment, whatever. So again, it's really about finding what's really going on here. What's the root cause? That's for me. That's what the work for me is always about. Where is this coming from? What is the cause? And then unraveling from there. Okay. So just a reminder, we do have a group clearing in about 35 minutes. Feeling out of control. Okay. Okay, got a lot of questions today. Oh, yeah. I'm just going to put this up here. Cynthia, we had a 10-hour module on Discarnates for Beyond Foundations. So if anybody wants to really learn about Discarnates, you can go to our website and go to Beyond Foundations. There's a whole 10 hours of recordings of, it's five classes, 2 hours each. And it's going to tell you a massive amount of information. Okay. Yeah. Certainly have those who work for government. Yeah, okay, so military mass, seriously, there's massive, like I know many people, I know a lot of people that are military. Every one of them has implants. It's partly because what happens is when you're in the military, you're doing things, learning things, secret things, whatever. You don't be talking about things, so they're severely implanted, okay? So yeah, military, most likely, yes, right? And then also government. Government hits everybody, not just people that work for government, okay? Just need to know that. 1%ers hit everybody as well. They especially target people who have skills and abilities like myself and other people, trying to stop people, block people from revealing stuff or whatever. But yeah, it's not cool. It's pretty bad. I love this. Okay. So think about this. Did we have a belief in karma 10,000 years ago? No. No, we did not. Okay. We did not have many beliefs that got created in the last probably 100 years. Okay. So karma is something that's a belief system. Okay. And, it describes, reaping and sowing back and forth. Okay. But here's the thing. Start tracking anything and anyone, and you're going to find out it's not karma. It has to do with beliefs, conclusions that people have made in past lives and this lifetime, okay? And then carrying that over and recreating stuff. Like, for example, you have something happen in a past life. Let's just say someone rapes somebody in a past life, okay? So can track back. What happens is people experience both sides of that, but they keep doing it over and over, not because it's karma, but because nobody literally went in and dropped into the emotions to discover, how does it make you feel? Who are you in these experiences? Once you do that, once you've gone through an emotion, you're done. You can't find the feelings, you can't find the emotions, you can't find the thought, the memory. You might have memory of something, but there's no charge in it, there's no zing. You're not traumatized by it, you're liberated. No longer shame, no longer, horror, guilt, terror, all of that gone. Okay, so it wasn't karma, people. It's where we keep holding on to emotions that we have not surrendered to, and they're going to recreate it. I guarantee you, every one of you has had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of lifetimes, and whatever you're experiencing right now, you've been doing it hundreds of times. Guaranteed, okay? So we can end it, we can stop it. It's not karma, it's beliefs, conclusions, and the inability or the understanding that in order to release something from your subconscious, you have to know yourself in it all the way, okay? Now that can be really intense, if you're having an intense experience where you're being violated or severely hurt physically, but ultimately there's still emotion that you're not knowing, you're not going through it, okay? So in time, somewhere along your soul's journey, you're going to face yourself in all these places in all these ways, okay? You might as well start now. And what's really cool is our work. You don't have to go through all these feelings because we can release them and clear them out of your body. How cool is that? Speaking of clearing stuff out of your body, in about 30 minutes, we're going to be doing a group clearing, feeling out of control. All right, everyone. Remember, I'll be back the second Friday for quantum consciousness, the fourth Friday for Q&A. Okay, remember, you need help. We got the prayer wall. We got Ask Bonnie. Ways to help you. Okay? All right, everyone. Thanks for being here.